The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, joined other voters at his polling unit to perform his civic duty. After casting his vote, the minister talked about the significance of the local government election to Rivers State.
We have to thank Mr. President for taking the bold steps to make sure that this election is conducted. First of all, if election is not conducted, you know that Supreme Court has said there's nothing like caretaker committees in local government, and if there are no elected people, it means that funds will not come from the federation account to local government councils. And that means that if the emergency rule is lifted and there's no local government election, we'll still have the same problem. And now that local government election is taking place, it means that they'll be elected people and then they will get funds directly from the federation account. So everybody must stand around to support the conduct of this particular election in order to stabilize the grassroots level. By the time the state of emergency is lifted on the 18th of September, it means that the governor and the state assembly will come back. So
I'm happy with what I've seen. The process has been peaceful, and from the turnout and from the conduct of all who are involved, those voting and those who are conducting the elections, I believe at the end of the day we should have something that we are proud of. I think generally from all the reports I've gotten so far, the situation is reported to be calm. The process has been also very seamless, and we've not had any negative reports from any major negative reports from any of the polling units or centers. All the indigents of Rivers State are desirous of having in place, even at the grassroots, what they desire. And that's a manifestation of what we have seen through the conduct. And for me, I think it's one of the primary objectives that I was mandated to, apart from the aspect of putting the state back on its footing. I want to believe that we've done a good job.
Voter turnout in part of Obio Local Government Area, Ikwere, Emoha, and Port Harcourt was reasonably high, with voters expressing optimism that their votes will count.
In this, our own ward, Ward 9, in Obio Local Government Area, you can see the demonstrators that have come out to vote, showing that people are actually ready to vote, and also to ensure that the candidate that they voted for, they protect their votes. That's number one. Secondly is that we are very, very grateful that Rivers people are also coming out to participate in this election, because by 18th of September, the emergency rule will be lifted. And what that means is that we need democracy both at the state level and at the local.
And you can see the crowd. You can see the public acceptability of this election. People are happy. They have all come out to cast their votes. Last time you saw what happened. The squabble we had in the state have been settled by the courts. And here we are, doing the right thing.
As a matter of fact, it may be as a result of logistics, but in my unit here, the material arrives quite earlier. And the people started voting at a reasonable time. Most voting started here almost around 8:30 o'clock this morning.
Let me also commend RESEC for what they've done so far. But in other words, the late distribution of materials is very, very appalling. Up to now is about 11. We are just starting, and which is not too good.
I'm not happy to vote late, because our last time when we voted is just from 9:10 we are done. But this one we are starting around after 12.
Be it as it may, I have just voted, and we can see that the election, you can see how people queue, and it's going free and fair. Nobody is being intimidated. Nobody can claim that there is thuggery. Everybody is cooperating. All the parties are all around. You choose.
And to God be the glory. You can see the peaceful nature of the election shows that people are tired of the emergency rule. That is why people have come out in their numbers to make sure that we elect people who will represent us and not people that will be imposed on us. We are indeed very grateful and we are happy.
The electorate urged the would-be elected officials to ensure that they implement the mandate of the people. Abajo Sekwe, AIT News, Amok.
Thus far, it's been very peaceful. It's been very well organized. We expect that by the end of the day, people will cast their votes in a very peaceful atmosphere.
I have casted my vote, and this is one of the freest and fairest elections ever conducted throughout the whole of my period. I've been in politics for decades.
The exercise is peaceful, and voters have come out in their numbers to participate, and I'm very happy that Rivers people are taking very active part in this exercise.
This is one of the most peaceful elections in the history of this local government, in particular Beria community.
But let me say it's been a very successful exercise. It's actually what we asked for, the opportunity for people to express themselves and exercise their franchise, which has been denied to them for quite some time.
So the 319 units in my local government, no incidents of crisis. It's been very free, transparent.
As leaders of the various parties in Asari Toro Local Government Area, irrespective of the party, we have all agreed that we have one candidate that we are voting for, and that one candidate is Honorable Obio.
I've been to Ahoda town, about 5 different polling units. I saw the massive turnout of voters voting peacefully. The police were there doing their job, and the RISEC officials were also there. Materials arrived on time. From Ahoda, we went to Idoha. Idoha with about 4 or 5 polling units, and you saw the massive crowd. The crowd was incredible. From there, I went to Ihuo, all in Ahoda East, and also went to Ahoda West. I saw the crowds that were at the polling units. So I think it's been a very free and fair process. I must commend RISEC for doing such a wonderful job in a very short time.
Some people have believed that they turned out to be very low, but you can see that it's massive. The people are happy that democracy at the grassroots is returning.
I want to commend RISEC on what they are doing, and I also hope that what is happening now will be replicated elsewhere. So that is so far the lesson has been very peaceful.
Public office is a trust. If you're lucky enough to be elected as chairman of council, you must endeavor to deploy resources for the welfare of the people. It's not for your own personal aggrandizement. The president met with challenges on ground, President Tinubu. So far he's tackling them very credibly. And our son, the FCT minister, you can see his example in the state when he was here. He developed the state and transformed our state. He's doing the same thing now in the FCT. So let us always look out for good men to vote for. It takes good leaders to utilize resources properly for people's benefit. So they should keep faith with the process.
Litigation don't stand a chance. I'll tell you why. Ibas State is under emergency rule. You understand? And there's an Emergency Powers Act in this country, 2004, which allows the president to create regulations that will govern the emergency area. And those regulations have been put in place by Mr. President. And that is why these elections are happening. You understand? The president has put in regulations that has abridged the time for notice of election.
What they are supposed to do under the law, by ensuring that there's a local government election so that democracy can return back to the local government councils. Other people that are registered within the units and the ward. Of course, we have 40 units. So I encourage them to come out.
You're seeing shows that people are cognizant of local government powers. This is grassroots election, and it matters to them a lot, whether anybody likes it or not. So that is why you are seeing the crowd today. They are all out to vote for their candidates.
yes, somehow the voting did not start as early as it should. Maybe due to logistical concerns, but we have started and people have voted. You know, you see, what is important sometimes is not just about the process. It is about the mentality and attitude of the people.